Looking back, it's wild how one little essay in English class turned my whole world upside down. I was just this 14-year-old kid, Lily Thompson, sitting in the back of Mrs. Sophia Ramirez's room at Brookside High in this quiet Colorado mountain town, scribbling about my mom as my hero, and next thing I know, they're kicking me out for delusional behavior. Like I'd made up some fairy tale about her being this elite Air Force operator. But oh man, what happened at that expulsion hearing with the whole town watching, ready to label me crazy, left everyone speechless when the truth came crashing in like a squadron on a mission. It all started on a crisp fall Tuesday, the kind where the aspen leaves are turning gold against the Rockies, and I'm there with my beat-up copy of To Kill a Mockingbird, handing in my paper about Mom Commander Elena Thompson. Or so I thought, though I couldn't say much because her job was all hush-hush. Those midnight calls and coded emails that made me feel like I was part of some spy novel. But really it was just her way of saying she loved me from wherever she was deployed. Mrs. Ramirez, bless her, she was always so encouraging. With that warm smile after 15 years wrangling teens, she asks if I want to share, and I shake my head because it's personal. But then Dylan Harper twists around from 3 rows up, smirking like he owns the place, being the principal's son, does that to a kid, and he goes, "What's the matter, Lily? Scared we'll call out your imaginary hero, Mom?" The room goes dead quiet. Even the old heater seems to hold its breath, and I feel my face heat up, but I mutter, "She's not imaginary, she's deployed." And he fires back, "Deployed where? Doing what?" "My mom, Chikadno Elena Thompson, in the Air Force. Just some desk jockey who bailed on you years ago." Mrs. Ramirez snaps at him to knock it off, sends him to the office, but the damage is done. Whispers ripple through the class, kids glancing at me like I'm the town weirdo. And inside, it's like a punch to the gut because Mom's absences hurt, sure, but I knew or thought I knew they were for something bigger, protecting secrets that kept us all safe. Walking home that afternoon along the winding dirt road to our ranch, with the San Juan Peaks looming like silent watchers, I replay it all. Dylan's sneer, born from his own jealousy maybe, or just echoing his mom's power trip as principal. Laura Harper, who ran Brookside like her personal kingdom, quick to squash anything that didn't fit her neat little narrative, especially since our family had always kept to ourselves, not mingling much with the HOA crowd that gossiped over fences about that. Absent mother. Grandpa Jack, Master Sergeant Jack Thompson, retired Air Force. All silver hair and ramrod posture from 40 years in. He's in the barn polishing his old rifles, and I plop down on a hay bale, blurting out how Dylan was a jerk again, and Grandpa just raises an eyebrow. Language, kiddo, but then listens as I spill about the essay, the mockery, how Dylan's mom probably fed him that line about no records. His gray eyes same as mine, same as Mom's, go thoughtful, and he says, real quiet, "Your mom's made choices that cost us all, Lily, but she's the bravest person I know." And when I push, asking if she's really out there serving, he nods. Above the pay grade of small-town busybodyish truth has its own timing, glancing at his watch like it's counting down to something big, which at the time I chalked up to his old habits from missions he still won't talk about. But then the crunch of gravel. Principal Harper's SUV pulls up with Dr. Emily Carter, the school shrink, clipboard in hand like a weapon, and Grandpa tells me to stay put. But I sneak behind the big pine tree, heart pounding as I hear them corner him. "Jack, we're worried about Lily's fantasy. No record of Elena in special ops, just an admin discharge 8 years back. Dr. Carter says, all sympathetic like, but it's laced with that condescending edge, suggesting Mom ditched us, and I'm coping by inventing hero tales." Principal Harper piles on. "The essay's got classified details. Either she's hacking secrets or detached from reality. Rescheduling a hearing Thursday. Full transparency with the community." And Grandpa's voice turns steel. "You mean public shaming? Over an essay?" But he checks his watch again, 4:15, and agrees, calm as ever. While inside I'm reeling, the ground shifting, because what if they're right? What if my memories of Mom teaching me stealth swims in the lake at night, those crescent scars on her shoulder from training accidents, were just kid dreams to fill the empty birthdays? Wednesday dawns gray and heavy, like the weight on my chest. I push eggs around my plate while Grandpa reads the Brookside Gazette, all Harvest Fest fluff and no real news, and he says, "Truth doesn't bend because folks ignore it." But I whisper my deepest fear. "What if I'm wrong, Grandpa? What if I've built this up in my head?" He takes my hand. rough from years handling gear in godforsaken places, and asks about Mom's scar, her box breathing for in, hold, out, hold that kept me calm under stress, the silent entry dive she drilled into me. And I recite it all, feeling a spark reignite because no desk jockey mom teaches that stuff, right? Then visitors start showing first coach Marco Ruiz, limping from old shrapnel in his leg from marine tours, warning the diners buzzing with talk of our con. How Principal Harper's calling board members about precedents, her motive clear. She's got a grudge against military families like ours, maybe from her own failed marriage to a vet who left her bitter, or just loving control in a town where gossip's currency. He believes me though, says, I've seen your swims. Kid, that's recon training, not YouTube hacks. Then Mrs. Ramirez drops by, sharing how her late husband Special Forces, gone on his second tour, used the same breaths, had unexplained scars, and she vows to fight for me at the hearing, her eyes fierce like she's channeling his spirit. By afternoon, school's a haze of pity stares and whispers of me. Friend Mia Lopez sticks by me at lunch, reminding me of those weird knots Mom taught for gear and water ops, saying, no way that's made up, but the clock drags, and walking home, every rustle in the aspens feels amplified by my nerves. Grandpa's on the porch with Agent Ryan Ellis from Air Force Inteltal. Suit Crispwos reviewed my essay, says the details are spot-on classified, not fantasy, and hints at protection coming. No kid should face psych evals for family truth. Checking his watch 4:45 as Grandpa nods. 18 hours. And it hits me. Mom's coming. The pieces falling like dominoes he's set up for years. Thursday morning. Frost glitters on the pastures, but my stomach's a storm. Grandpa's routine is off. Phone checks constant, then Sheriff Elena Vargas rolls up with Coach Ruiz, talking federal protocols because this hearing's stirring classified waters, and Mrs. Ramirez arrives with a casserole, all of us sensing the build-up, her saying, trust the plan ops succeed when pieces align. We drive to the Brookside Community Hall at 1:30. Parking lot jammed with 50 cars, townsfolk hungry for drama. Principal Harper's doing since she thrives on community investment, really just flexing her HOA queen status over families like ours that don't bow. Inside, it's courtroom style. Panel with Harper Center, Dr. Carter clipboard ready, board members looking bored, Judge Clara Benson advising old federal judge, sharp as ever. I sit exposed, Grandpa behind me, crowd murmuring, neighbors from diner, church, all eyeing me like a spectacle. Harper starts smug. Quite the turnout shows our care for youth, but Grandpa mutters, or love for gossip, and Dr. Carter launches in. Lily's delusions about her mother's ops are concerning, no records, elaborate fantasies as coping for abandonment. Whispers swell, heat in my cheeks, but I meet their eyes, voice steady. Mom taught me everything, tactical breaths, silent swims deployed, classified. Harper demands, where? What unit? And I say, classified, triggering laughter like knives. Dylan smirking from the crowd, but Grandpa whispers, hold fast, truth incoming. And outside, rotors thrum, growing louder, windows rattling as black hellos descend. The hall silences, sheriff's radio crackles, federal op, stand by, and doors burst open. 6 operators in camo, led by Mom Commander Elena Thompson, lean, scarred, trident gleaming, announcing, Air Force Special Tactics declassified this morning for family welfare. Dr. Carter stammers, but records show admin. And Mom retorts, cold as ice. Cover story for Ops issue nearly broke my daughter over your ignorance. Her team LT. Commander Alex Rivera, Petty Officer Mia Cortez backing her. Lily's details? Straight from elite training, only insiders know. Harper protests, this is irregular, but Agent Ellis steps in. It's federal harassment of a minor with classified kin. Apologies flood. Reverend Paul Grant stands. We owe you. Mrs. Ramirez nods tearful. Coach Ruiz salutes and Mom kneels. Home for good. Sweetie training post now. No more shadows. As hellos spool up outside. The crowd stunned. Harper's face crumbling like her empire. In the aftermath, well, Harper resigned that week. Her power grab backfiring spectacularly. Exposed as petty jealousy over families with real purpose. Dr. Carter got retrained. Federal oversight slamming down on the district for mishandling military kids. Our ranch became a hub, sheriff ensuring protocols, Community shifting from doubt to respect, though not without scars. I processed the isolation, the doubt that nearly broke me. But it forged something stronger, you know? 2 months on, college interviews rolled in Georgetown, hungry for my take on military policy in Aden. Wait, Dylan approached sheepish, admitting jealousy over my cool mom stories, his own family fractured. I forgave, sort of, saying, start with truth, defend the vulnerable. Watching him change, even eyeing military prep. Fast forward, Pentagon calls him, advising the secretary on family gaps, like educator training, psych protocols, joining committees, influencing reforms for thousands of kids carrying secrets. 2 years later, at Georgetown Symposium, presenting research, Dr. Carter in the audience, reformed, asking humbly and mentoring others, like young Sarah from an Intel family, fearing disbelief. Back in Brookside, the high school's military program thrives. Curriculum I co-wrote national now. But here's the thing that lingers, sparking debates. Was keeping mom's secrets worth the toll on us kids? Or should classified ops rethink family burdens? Does national security justify turning children into silent warriors? Or is there a better way without breaking hearts? What do you think? Was the system right to hide it all? Or should families get more support up front? Drop your thoughts below. Share if you've faced community misunderstandings. And hit subscribe for more real talk stories that hit home. Your take could spark the next big change.